Some love stories aren't neat, they're messy, they're intense, they evolve in ways no one sees coming, and even if they don't last forever, they leave something behind, a memory, a moment, a mark on pop culture that doesn't fade. This is one of those stories. This is the story of Justin Bieber and Selena Gomez, two of the biggest names in music, two kids who grew up in the spotlight, and one romance the world couldn't stop watching. Before they were Jelena, they were just two teens chasing dreams. Selena Gomez, America's Disney sweetheart, witty, grounded, with a magnetic charm that made her stand out even among a sea of young stars. From Barney and Friends to Wizards of Waverly Place, Selena was already a household name. She was talented, polished, and carried herself with the quiet grace of someone far beyond her years. Then there was Justin Bieber, the kid from Stratford, Ontario, just a boy with a voice, a dream, and a mom uploading YouTube videos of him singing in a staircase. It didn't take long before the right people noticed. Scooter Braun, Usher. The music world lit up with curiosity. Who was this kid with the swoop hair and the falsetto voice? Soon, arenas were screaming his name. Bieber fever was real. In 2009, their paths crossed. Justin was 15, Selena 17. They were introduced through their managers. A friendly setup. Casual, but from the very beginning, there was something there. Justin had already called Selena his celebrity crush in interviews. So when they met, the interest was mutual, but cautious. They were young, newly famous, and learning how to navigate a world where privacy barely existed. At first, they kept it friendly, but even then, sparks don't stay hidden for long. By early 2011, rumors became reality. They stepped out publicly at the Vanity Fair Oscars party, holding hands, dressed to perfection. And with that one red carpet moment, Jelena was born. Fans went wild. The media couldn't get enough. Paparazzi followed their every move. From tropical getaways to courtside dates to sweet moments captured on grainy phone cameras, it was clear these two were in love. They were playful, goofy, affectionate, matching outfits, candid laughs, holding hands like they had nothing to prove. They were growing up together and falling for each other in real time. For fans, it felt like a fairy tale. Two pop idols who genuinely seemed to adore one another. But as magical as it seemed, there was always a storm brewing on the edge of their spotlight. Because being in love is hard, and being in love with the entire world watching, that's something else entirely. By the end of 2012, things began to crack. Justin and Selena were both at the height of their careers, touring, recording, promoting nonstop. Their schedules were brutal, their every move dissected, and that kind of constant pressure, it can start to chip away at even the strongest bond. There were rumors, jealousy, arguments, trust issues. The tabloids swirled with stories, secret flings, heated texts, emotional breakdowns. Most of it was speculation, but some of it, real. Late that year, they broke up. Just like that, the picture-perfect couple hit pause. For fans, it was devastating. For them, it was complicated. Because walking away didn't mean feelings disappeared. Barely weeks later, they were seen together again. Dinner dates, ski trips, quiet reunions that said more than words ever could. It was clear they weren't done, not yet. From 2013 to 2015, it became a cycle. Breakup, makeup, rumors, confirmations, Instagram posts that sent fans into a frenzy, a picture with a cryptic caption. Then days later, they'd unfollow each other. Then boom, they'd be spotted again, walking side by side. It was a loop, and they were stuck in it. In the middle of it all, they channeled the chaos the only way artists know how. Through music. Selena dropped "The Heart Wants What It Wants," a raw, aching ballad that painted the picture of a girl clinging to a love she couldn't quit. The music video featured a voiceover, her voice trembling, emotional, vulnerable. Fans were certain it was about Justin. Justin, on the other hand, poured himself into songs like "Where Are You Now?" "Sorry," and "What Do You Mean?" They weren't just making music about love. They were making music about each other. Even when they weren't together physically, they were still connected through the lyrics, the subtext, the emotion behind the melodies. It was beautiful, messy, painful, but above all, it was real. By 2016, both stars began exploring new paths, personally and romantically. Justin was spotted with several models, Sophia, Hailey Baldwin. Each sighting sparked speculation. Was he over Selena? Meanwhile, Selena tried to move on in her own way. In early 2017, she began dating The Weeknd. Their relationship was different, more low-key, more private. They traveled together, walked red carpets together. It looked for a while like Selena had turned the page. But love doesn't always follow logic, and some chapters resist being closed. In late 2017, just months after her breakup with The Weeknd, Selena was seen again, with Justin riding bikes, laughing at breakfast, sitting together at church services. It felt familiar, comfortable, like maybe this time they were older, wiser, ready. Fans didn't know what to think. Were they trying again, or just reconnecting as friends? Either way, it felt like Jelena 2.0, a second chance. But not all second chances last. By early 2018, just a few months into their rekindled connection, it ended. For good. This time, there was no cryptic Instagram post, no press release, just distance, quiet, a sense that this was the real goodbye, and then came the shock. In July 2018, just weeks later, Justin announced his engagement to Hailey Baldwin. By September, they were married. For the world, it was whiplash. For Selena, it was something deeper. She later opened up about the breakup, calling it one of the most emotionally draining periods of her life. She spoke about losing herself, about rediscovering her worth, about needing to heal from something that had defined her for nearly a decade, and she did it through music, again. Lose You to Love Me wasn't just another breakup anthem. It was a full-circle moment, a goodbye letter, a declaration that she was finally choosing herself. Today, their lives look very different. Justin is married. His journey with Hailey has had its ups and downs, but they've stood by each other publicly and privately. He's spoken about therapy, faith, growth. He's no longer the kid with the swoop hair. He's a man learning from his past. Selena, too, has transformed. She's become an advocate for mental health, a businesswoman, an actress, a producer. Her career has blossomed, but more importantly, so has her inner peace. They don't talk much anymore. Their chapters are separate now. But the impact of their story, it lingers. Because first love doesn't just disappear. Not when the entire world watched it bloom and break. Not when it shaped two young people in front of millions. Even after it all ended, after the posts were deleted, the songs released, the final goodbyes exchanged, the echoes of Justin and Selena's love story didn't just fade away. They lingered in interviews, in fan edits, in throwback clips that would resurface on TikTok and go viral all over again. Moments they probably forgot. We're still living rent-free in millions of minds. People weren't just fascinated, they were invested, because Justin and Selena didn't just date. They grew up in front of us. Their love, their pain, their confusion, it mirrored our own. Especially for a generation raised on social media and teenage heartbreak. And even as they tried to move on with new people, new projects, and new versions of themselves, fans kept pulling them back together. Any cryptic lyric was dissected. Every eye contact at an award show turned into a theory. And when either of them trended online, the other's name wasn't far behind. They were no longer a couple, but somehow, still a pair in pop culture's memory. And that legacy? It wasn't easy to shake, because there's a difference between moving on and the world letting you. Looking back now, the story of Justin and Selena is about more than just two young stars in love. It's about transformation, the kind of love that pushes you to your breaking point, but also pushes you to grow. Justin has spoken openly about his struggles, mental health, substance use, the pressure of fame, and the search for purpose. And through all of that, he credits his faith, his wife, and, indirectly, the journey that brought him there. Selena, too, has been candid about her own battles: lupus, anxiety, depression, the toll of years spent trying to please everyone except herself. But through the chaos, she found her voice. She built something bigger than the girl we once saw on Disney Channel. She became a woman who knows her worth, even if it took heartbreak to realize it. Their story didn't end in marriage or happily ever after, but that doesn't mean it failed. Sometimes, the love that doesn't last still leaves you better than it found you. They shaped each other. They inspired albums, movements, healing, and for a whole generation of fans, they made love feel real, complicated, flawed, passionate, transformative. Justin and Selena didn't just break up. They became a cultural marker, a reminder that even the biggest love stories don't always get the ending we expect, but that doesn't make them any less powerful. Justin and Selena's love story wasn't perfect. It was chaotic, bittersweet, public, but also deeply human. They laughed together, they cried, fought, and found each other again and again. They broke each other's hearts. And maybe in the top way, and they helped build each other up too, because sometimes the love we remember the longest isn't the one that stays. It's the one that teaches us how to leave, how to grow, how to heal. Justin and Selena weren't just a couple. They were a moment, a cultural phenomenon, a reflection of love in the spotlight, flawed, passionate, unforgettable. And whether you're a fan or not, there's no denying, they left their mark. Justin and Selena. 2 stars, one unforgettable love story, forever etched in pop culture history.